You see, with instrument I will simplify because you have flexibility, you can make good work information.
Okay.
This one detract using is like I want to motivate you. Like if it's like MX program, I will use only like for example detract. So that maybe you know like they have, their objective is not for research. But if you're a researcher, you need to have a like what you call, you have to make a novel case. So in that case, say by the way for both of you, so for example, if you use a neural network and you optimize with genetic algorithm and you moderate problem, it's publishable work somehow. If you use 2-3 meta heuristic, say genetic algorithm, particle swarm optimization, and another one, and then you use the neural network, and the problem is interesting, you place it well, okay, then it's also publishable.
Doctor, what is metagogistic actually?
Metaphysics like metaphorical approach. Like it's a heuristic basically. So genetic algorithm is one of them. Particle swarm optimization. There are many hundreds. Okay. If you can implement one, so then you can do anything. Python. But for publishing work, you have to use Python. And believe me, it's not just because in one class. That's why I'm not pressing too much. That's why it's okay. Detract, or you can just feel what is happening. And then Python, if you, I'll tell you, maybe 15-20 hours. Okay, you can start with data camp. These are I check many resources for my students over the years, okay, and for myself also. Like I see what is the one of the best approach I found, data camp. Data camp, they take around $67 or $70. But yes, you can check now. They have also free version, but like a paid version, it is like you have so many courses. Okay, you can. This is a really interesting source, with my own experience, because the lecture is only 7-8 minutes, and then you will work in their platform. You will code in their platform. They will give you a problem, and then you solve it. Okay, continue. Then they have so many courses, and if you just spend maybe 20 hours, if you are familiar with C++, then you will enjoy this. It will not take really that much. But you need to know, for example, okay, as you are in the Python, I will just mention some. It will help you probably, both of you. If you want to use Python, so what you have to know, for example, it's a high level. I will mention you for machine learning. What you have to do for Python, you need to know get the data. For getting the data, use Panda. For example, you have file in Excel. Okay, so use Panda, and you can use what you call. You can use them. Okay, and then for this is for I can say. Okay, then you have what you call for exploratory data analysis. Exploratory analysis, you can use Panda. Okay, and then for visualization, you can use Matplotlib. Okay, you can use Seaborn. There's also linked with Seaborn is also made up by Matplotlib. So for visualization, you can use Matplotlib, Seaborn. For pandas, you can also do exploratory analysis, and then for modeling, you can use scikit-learn, sklearn. Okay, sklearn. You can use sklearn. Okay, and then you can Panda, Matplotlib, slightly NumPy initially. So here, NumPy, some idea should be there. Okay, NumPy in general, NumPy, but you have to, and then some basic understanding. Say for example, array list, dictionary. Array list, dictionary, what else? Tuple. This is the data type. You have to understand. And when to use parentheses, when to use this kind of, when to use this kind of thing, you have to understand. Okay. and then model sklearn, and then other than that, okay, let me check. NumPy in general, like mathematical exploratory pandas, macrolib seaborn, sklearn, and also here, let's see, keras. Okay, and then that's it. That's it, probably. Okay. I think if you start with this, Python, NumPy separately, pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, and then sklearn. Fine, this is sufficient. Then you have to, if you have to say, for example, optimize, you have to use specialized like other packages. Say, for example, if you want to use Bayesian optimization for like generative algorithm, there is another optimization. So you have to know that specific package. Okay. Say, for example, if you have Bayesian optimization, you have to. But these are very simple, probably very simple. Optimization, generative algorithm. This has a package. You just need to know what to provide, how to access the function package, how to use the package. That's it. It has some function, you have to use this. I think this is sufficient, probably you can. And then 20 hours will be sufficient. 20 hours will give you the idea, and then you can search and use the code. You got the idea? You don't need to, these days, you don't need to. You have to understand basically the high level what is happening. Okay, and for decision tree, you know, for like for example, neural network decision tree, you find your like what you call the models are there, packages are there. You just need to use it. But this is a basic. Say NumPy, pandas, okay, and then say for matplotlib, and understanding this function, like right. And then if you say there is one lambda function, you will see a lot lambda function. Okay, this is our name lambda function, lambda function, and just look at slightly with these loops. Not too much. Just have data. You need it earlier for sure. So just have a look. You don't. Then believe me, I think 20 hours is sufficient probably. But if you spend now and then don't use for a long time, again 20 hours. So think of a problem. If you can really think like a problem for your coursework or thesis, then dive in that. Okay. And then make a good problem, see the literature, and then you have some data and then work on it. Okay. By the way, for return, even if you have a small thing, I think it will be. But take this, if you can, now my objective of this classes is that you have in bird view, and if needed, you can take this step and use it. Okay. So now I have just a small, like what you call, how we are, I put some, keywords. Okay. Can you have a try like how do you link them? Use the different one color, this red color, and then you link it. Okay, so you link it just to use this and how you link it. This keywords, whatever. We have 20 minutes. Yeah, but you have to mention what does this line mean?
AI is the base for machine learning, and machine learning, this scientific unit is deep learning.
Yeah, AI is the superset of machine learning, and machine learning is the superset of deep learning. Fine.
And then for machine learning, you would have supervised, you would have types of it. So you would have this one machine learning, you would have it as supervised, and then you would have unsupervised, and the reinforced. There is not reinforced, so these would be the two types you would have. And then for the supervised, you would have classification.
Yes.
And you would have classification, you would have regression.
Yes.
And,
yeah, you can help also.
regression and decision tree.
Classification and regression. Okay, these are types.
Yeah.
Decision tree is a specific kind of model.
Okay, and then for the unsupervised, you would have classification.
Clustering, exactly.
Clustering. And then when you would have data, you would have to do for it training and testing.
Yes.
So I think the decision tree would be a type
One type of model.
of models for the training.
Yeah, training testing, no problem. And neural network is another type of model. And then you have ensemble model,
Yeah.
like when you are combining multiple models.
Yes, and you have this
MSE is a mean squared error, so it's like a evaluation criteria.
Yes, it would be evaluation criteria, and you will have like here, you will be evaluating it. It is either underfitting or overfitting.
Yeah, but we don't want to underfit or we don't want to overfit.
Perfect.
So,
you want it to be like
yes, like it should be like it have when I say should have good generalization capability, so that he can get the validation data, he can understand. I understand it. Yes,
Yeah.
we are in the same page, isn't it? Right, thank you. Fine. So I think so now you have anything to share, like any idea or Mustafa, you have any comment? We have still 20 minutes. Yes, you want to share like you have any comment like both of you? So, you suffered to lecture.
No, it is interesting.
It's interesting. Whatever, like, yeah, but yeah, that's. By the way, what is happening, as I mentioned, you will see the application in so many areas. It's almost, you see, now what is happening, the European Union and many places, they're trying to do is like a part of general literacy. Like you are in, whatever the, you are in social science, or literature, here or there. Okay, whatever. So if you have certain like level of literacy on the machine learning, they are trying to enhance it. Even I think that in the curriculum during the COVID, COVID situation, at the time there were some courses for everybody. Anyone, even for the dependents of some faculty, like our children, wife, everybody can take the courses. Yeah, it was like from international organizations. But this is from the KFUM fund. KFUM paid the money, basically. So they are trying to enhance the general understanding of the machine. But the important is that it should have use case, like some reason should be there. We should not just use for the sake of it.
Yeah.
So for sure you'll get benefit, but important to find out that this is it's really important and you should do it.
But like we can use it, and like for example,
Yes.
I have an idea. Like I don't know exactly what I will be doing my thesis on, but like I have several ideas now. So I think when it comes to safety,
Yes.
you can do machine learning for that, right?
Yeah, and now this is how you are formulating the problem.
Okay.
What is it a classification problem? Is it a regression problem? Is it a clustering problem? This thing, or is it reinforcement learning? Is a typical software thing.
Okay, but like for example, we want to evaluate. Like they are saying, if we have autonomous vehicles,
Yes.
the highways would be different.
Sorry?
They are saying if we have autonomous vehicles,
Yeah.
the highways standards would be different.
Standard. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine.
Here we can't use machine learning, or we can use it.
So now the issue is coming. What is your input? What is your output? And where is the data?
Can you suggest some books so that?
Okay, like
No, let's say this problem. It will help.
Yes.
Help both of you. So in that case, what you can do?
I can, for example, I think when they developed the standards, they developed them based on like the standards are not they are empirical. The standards.
Sorry.
The standards are built empirically on empirical data. So for that, they did the equations for everything.
Yeah. So if the equation is there, so you say it's an equation. You don't need to. What do you need to learn?
But when the machines come, you don't know what your like when the autonomous vehicles will come, you don't know what is your equation. You will need more data for that.
One thing you can do probably, what you run a simulation,
Yeah.
microscopic simulation, okay, and you introduce some autonomous vehicle, okay, get some output there, performance meters, whatever, and then remove the simulation. Your input and output is this is simulation input parameters, flow or whatever, flow like signal, whatever, and then here output is like say performance measure something. So now you can mimic the simulation by machine learning. This is a trivial problem because it's simulation, you don't know. Because if you change if you can change the autonomous vehicle 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%, you can change the features. You can change aggressive, less aggressive. Okay, so now what I'm saying, machine learning is learning the simulation itself. But it is for a specific network. It's a specific network. You consider, like, for example, you keep your learning for only one intersection, and then you said, okay, for 2 intersections, 3 intersections, 4 intersections. Okay, linear intersection, there is a grid intersection. So one thing is that even the linear intersection, you put, okay, this is linear means, so I consider it as 1, and this another grid is a 2, 3, or even it's a linear intersection. So it generated a lot of data, and then you consider that you don't need to run the simulation. Machine learning also, because what is happening? Machine learning is trained, you can deploy it in the system. You don't need to run the simulation, because you cannot run simulation to get the output. But machine learning can be used deployed in the system. So this way you can. Okay, I will come back to you. But one thing I will tell you. Last time you mentioned that what you call trip generation with the logistic regression. Logistic regression is used for what you call. This is at the time it didn't come in. Logistic regression is a classification. It's not regression. So, if you are
because it is either for example, if you have mode of transportation, it is either transit or.
Oh, okay. If it's a mode, then it's a logistic regression.
Yeah.
I thought that trip generation. I thought that your output is trip generation. If it's trip generation, then this is.
No, my output would be utility functions.
The output is not utility function is for logistic regression.
Yes.
But you want to know the mode or what? What do you want to know?
I need to know there would be 3 utilities functions, one before COVID, one during COVID, and one after COVID, and I want to see how the 3 changed.
What changes?
How the trips changed.
What does that mean? Trip changes means what? Mode of transport, mode or what?
No, in terms of number of trips.
In terms of number of trips.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Okay, fine. This if you say they're proportionate, then this is like a logistic regression problem. Okay, fine, no problem. But in this one, you can also think as a regression problem, so because it's not if you're not taking the proportion. No problem. So what do you say, sir?
Can you suggest some books related to how can we relate with the transportation safety and machine learning things whole at once, if we want to proceed?
So what you have to do, you have to search a review paper. Okay, search a review paper, you will get that. Because if you select for publication, then you have to review a book is not sufficient. Usually for this kind of thing, you do not find book. You got the point. You might have the book, but it's not that helpful.
About the book that you have suggested about the machine learning, so shall we go step by step on the books following?
I would prefer
just open the books.
You have some bird view.
Have some clips.
Say you have bird view now. You take one problem, spend some time. But before that, if you are using Python, you should have a working knowledge of Python. I'm not saying that at least if you want to use Python, decide it, then you spend maybe 10-15 hours, 10 hours for example. So you know how to use Python. Then you go for, okay, I have read the literature, and then you found a problem, probably. So you found a problem and you have some data. So you try with the machine learning, say first on the base one. Say for example, you just linear regression you can implement. Multiple linear regression you can implement. You can implement it's a regression problem. Can you use, for example, decision tree, and then can you use neural network? So up to this, go step by step. Okay. But
for Python, we can use the Jupyter or
Jupyter. Fine. Jupyter. Colab is Jupyter.
Yes.
You can use that. You can use locally hosted. Say if you use Anaconda, it will locally host in your web browser. Is locally hosted, not in the Google Colab. Okay, but you can use it to Google Colab. But what I'm saying, the problem is also you can discuss, see if you have colleagues, discuss the problem. Is it really a good problem? And then read the literature, see if there are people are working this way, and the understanding of the course you have. So spend some time, and discuss with it. Even what you can do, you can discuss with your computer science, students. And now these days everybody is using machine learning. When you see that petroleum, everybody is there. So for maybe learning, it will not be really you get a lot of resources. And at least in KFPM, I think people are publishing a lot on the in machine learning. But you have to step in, make your hand dirty, and then you have to spend some time. As simple as that. Without you have to invest time, but make sure you understand that, try to understand the bird view, what you can do, what you cannot do. Okay, if your problem is, but literature will help you, searching the literature. And if you start with one, what you are saying for safety, and if you see 2 review papers, it is sufficient. You will understand what is happening. Review paper, they will say what people are doing over the years. Okay, say for example, you can check with elicit.org. Elicit.org, it gives what you call
Elicit.
It will give, you can separate even the review paper. Elicit.org. Okay, but it has a problem. It has only 50%. It has access to 50% of Google Scholar. Okay. Don't forget Google Scholar.
Thank you, Doctor.
You know what is happening. If you know like 20 hours, 30 hours after spending the time, then you can take the benefits of all the free tools, AI tools. If you don't understand, then you won't get the benefit. But if you say now, if you spend 20 hours, say, including for machine learning, you spend maybe 20, 25 hours, then what will happen? You see, search it, everything code is there. You just need to change the data, for example. Even optimization, what I'm saying, you use generic algorithm to optimize the hyperparameters. Things are there. When we are working for, it's usually work for few hours. It's not that long time. Okay, but initial investment is important. Initial investment, and then it will open for many opportunities for publication, if you say.
Sure. So for
Yes.
thesis, is it feasible to propose an idea from now on? Like if I want to work on Python, or I'm not sure whether I will be expertise in the Python or any other software, but if I propose that I can work on the Python, let me organize my thesis in this way or through autonomous vehicle and the Python thing. So is it be a good idea, or shall I at first see whether I'm capable to work on these items or not, or shall I change my track afterwards?
It's a bit personalized approach. It depends. Like for me, if I approach a problem, how do I do? I don't think of option. I will do that. How I do that, I'll tell you. When I was a graduate student, I took a course on neurophysiology system. I'm from civil engineering. So I was very interested to learn neurophysiology system. This is machine learning approach, but it's the physiology based system. So I put myself in the hot water. I took the course, and there are 40 to maybe I think 20 students. All are from computer science and electrical engineering, and I'm from civil engineering. So it's very here really
Challenging.
I put myself in a big trouble because why? I said that I will force now. I was really troubling the instructor. If I don't understand, and then I say okay, I was from first day. I said, how can I make a project now? He said I'm from civil engineering. I know that I am the challenge. So you have to tell me how can I get? So then I was far ahead of others before to solve, because I'm in tension. I have to solve this. So it was good experience. If you keep the option, for example, okay, I will try this, and then if it does not work, then I will do that. Have trust on your ability.
Instinct. Yeah.
Work hard. Even this experience will play. Okay. But Python, guessing is not important. Problem is the important thing. If you cannot find a problem, this is the problem. This is a big problem. So you have to understand the literature.
There will be no solution.
Yeah. So for example, I'm not telling you to take 10 papers and then start reading. No. Read the abstract, and you don't understand 30%, 50% even, no problem. But you understand what it's doing. So even to understand that, you have to read some background reading. Okay. But I'm not saying that don't read full paper. Never. You see this paper is useful for you now. And then if you find 5 useful papers, from there you can cite what he cited, rephrase, you can make 20 other, what do you call, literature review. You got the point? It's not you don't need to, but frankly speaking, I know these days it's not there, but when I did my first, first research article in masters, I printed 100 papers. printed. I have like file, and I was because I don't know, by the way, because I'm doing my masters in civil engineering planning. So they talk about. I'm civil engineer. I'm good in mathematics. Like I can, but they're talking about the social science. Okay. So, but it helped me, by the way. But by the way, these days you don't need to spend like that much time. If you like 20, 30 hours, you'll see the big difference. And these days, you can you search in the review paper, 2, 3, 4 review paper. You know what is going on. Inshallah. But anyway, if you need help, you can communicate. You can come to me, no problem. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And, thank you very much. It's a wonderful experience. Is log out or not?
It's already up. You are already logged out.